me and Dr. Joyce writing positive, uplifting, encouraging words, because we're fully aware of what people are hearing in their lives daily. So if we can be that one positive comment that might get them on the path of 10 positive comments they hear, then we're doing our part. Then we're doing our part to help them come back from that negative space, from that space where somebody, calls them a terrible name. Like, we're doing our part with it.
And I'd like to expand a little bit
Yes,
more,
please.
because when we talk about positivity, being positive, it doesn't mean that we don't tell the truth, okay? And especially to ourselves, because there are so many people in abusive relationships who want to give everything a positive spin. And I was one of those people. I wanted to see the best in everybody. And so I would deny, oh, well, when that person was acting angry or mean or cruel, I would think, oh, that's not really the way that person is. That person is really loving and kind. And I would ignore or tolerate the cruel behavior and the mean spirited behavior. And so I think it's very important that we distinguish between being positive and kind and lying to ourselves and to others. We need to call it out when someone's a bully, when someone's abusive, when someone's cruel, and then address it. Can that person change? Yes, if they choose.
Behavior modification, it's very necessary. It's very possible, and you can absolutely do it.
Well, and it's changing from the inside. It's not just changing the behavior, it's changing who we are. We can change from the inside out, because if we just learn certain words or learn certain behaviors, we're acting. When we change from the inside, then everything is authentic. The words that we say, who we are, how we interact, and then we don't need a script. We can be real, and we can recognize the truth and pray for that person. And if you don't pray, wish the best for them. But Fiddler on the Roof, one of my favorite phrases from any song was, Rabbi, which is there a blessing for the czar? And the rabbi says, yes. May God bless and keep the czar far away from us. Okay, we can recognize that something is not good for us. We don't have to engage in negativity around that. We can absent ourselves, and we
And
can.
wish them well.
Exactly.
I wish you well in life. You are not for me. I'm clear on boundaries and things like that. And I wish them well, and I send them light and positivity, because we do get to decide who is in our inner circle. We do decide who we allow into our life, into our heart, into our mental space. That's a decision. And maybe never apologize for wishing people well. I mean, why did we do that? We did it based on the way we were treated. That's what it comes down to. I mean, it's based on and it's a matter of taking back our self-respect and saying, I'm sorry, the way you treated me was not okay. And you can always people are going to say, I can see it below in the comment section, well, you got to give them another chance. Well, you're talking about patterns of behavior, right? It's patterns of behavior. So if somebody is cruel and mean and, creating more anxiety, creating more stress in your life, that's something you look at. I mean, that's something you look at, and it's your life. It is your life, and who you allow into that sacred space, whether mind, heart, soul, it's your life.
Exactly, exactly. And sometimes we have family members who are in our life. And if we want to see some family members, we don't have a choice about seeing some of the others. And so it's learning techniques too. If I have to have that person in my life at a family event, how am I going to deal with that? And one way that I do is I keep as far away as I can. But if I have to deal with it, sometimes and it turns negative, I will get out of there. I'll go get a drink of water. Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. And if that person chooses to chase me, then sometimes I'll go out for a walk. I mean, we have to be in charge of our space and not letting anybody invade that sacred space to hurt us. And eventually we can develop strong enough boundaries and heal deeply enough that now the couple people in my life like that, who I have to see at events, family events, I have learned that nothing they say bothers me. They can't get through.
So I'm going to ask you this for the people watching this, Dr. Joyce. They're going to ask, how do you do that?
I did it.
I have to go to the family event, like I need to be there, but how? And we've all been in situations like that. We've all been there. So how are you able to do that with you're not offending somebody else?
Well, it's healing enough to get your own self-respect. Because one of the things that happens in abuse, trauma, bullying, whatever words you want to use, when people are cruel to you, they eat up your self-esteem, they destroy your self-esteem, they destroy your will, they destroy your self-confidence. And so you question everything and you assume that they must be right. But eventually we can heal to the point where we have the inner strength to know ourselves and to know that person and to pay attention and not get caught up in their lie. Like one of the techniques that manipulators, abusers, bullies use is to a kernel of truth, use a kernel of truth to distract you or to say something that could be true, and they confuse you with enough blending of fact and fiction that you get chaotic and you can't think clearly. And so it's taking deep breaths, it's being solid within yourself, grounding in your body, grounding your feet in the earth, and saying, oh, no, that's not really true. I remember this, and that's not really what happened, or that's not my memory of it, or whatever. And I remember the moment when I said that to the person who did that to me the most, and the look on his face was unbelievable. It was the first time he knew that he couldn't get to me, and he was done. He never tried again. Never tried again. Now I can't guarantee that that's going to happen. There's somebody else who we just pretend we're good friends, and neither of us say anything. We just pretend everything was wonderful.